Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another ECM test, this time coming from Oregon. Brad Snedden, this is your computer. He has marked and everything, all information in his computer, no note, but it's all in there. He said it's a crank, no start, no OBD2, no gauges, so most likely no communication. All right, so I have the computer already connected and powered on, and we have no fiber reference, which is definitely a problem. So let me just move you over to this view. I have covered some of his information because it's definitely all there. As you see, I have right now power and ground and power and ignition. I have the SUS connected. I'm going to use the SUS, and let me put that in the screen, and also have the meter connected to it. And we only have 1 millivolt. So I'm going to turn the power completely off so we can see the meter going to zeros. And you can see there is something in there, but 1 millivolt, definitely that's no good, right? So it should be 5 volts or close enough to the 5 volt reference, right? Because that's what I am connected on the sensor ground and the 5 volt reference for this computer. So these computers, they will not automatically ID when they're not in the car. So I have to select it, but they should, or we should be able to read the V number if we get communication. So let's do a selection. Looks like it has not connected to the VCI, probably because I just turned the power off and on. So let's give it a second. Sometimes I have to disconnect or remove the actual VCI from the simulator in here in order for that to happen. Let's give it a couple of minutes. No, it did actually connect. All right, perfect. So, all right, so we're going to select Dodge. Let me see, where is it? Right here. And it's a 2005. We're going to do a manual ID. It's a Ram truck. It could be rear wheel drive or four wheel drive. It doesn't matter. It also says in here there is a manual transmission. So let's just select it as a four wheel drive, which again, it will not make any difference. Well, actually it says 5.7 liters, so no. Ram truck, rear wheel drive, Ram truck, rear wheel drive. It's kind of odd. Oh, we have another one with a S. Yeah, that's the one we have to select because it's a 5.0 liter diesel. All right, so we're going to click OK in here. We're going to try to establish communication with the computer. Again, here we know there is a manual transmission, so we're going to do manual transmission with air conditioning. And let's see if we end up reading anything or not, which I honestly, looks like it might have. Let's see. Let me see. System test codes. Let's see if we are indeed connected, because sometimes the snap one is a little misleading on that. It generates a module, you see, there's no communication. It generates the menus for you to start doing the communication, but it has not even entered the communication. Again, we have nothing. All right, so we're going to exit in here. We're going to do system test. Let me see what we got in here. This should probably generate another, nope, no communication. Generic functions. Readiness monitors, calibration verification, vehicle identification number. Let's see if we can read anything, but realistically, as this module is, I don't think we have any communication. And this is probably most likely a short to power, hopefully, because that will be a repairable module. This one sometimes they get covered in oil or diesel, and I guess no communication. I don't think it's the issue in this module because it looks pretty clean. He actually wrap it up really well to send it here. All right, so I'm going to, this is just a short test before to duplicate the customer concerns. And let me open the module app to see if we can do the repairs on this one. I'll be right back, okay? All right, guys, I got the computer open, and it definitely is a major short in it. And let me just show you. So I have the multimeter in the screen. I don't need the scanner right now because the computer is not even plugged in. Let me just change and start to be DC voltage. I'm going to put this into a continuity. You're going to see that it's going to change from voltage. Now it says continuity and opens because the wires of my meter, which I have right now in my hand, are open. So when I touch them, they should be read resistance. Anything like that, it will be a dead short, right? Because we are like reading almost 0 ohms. So that is a direct short. So I'm going to check one of the main diodes in here. Yeah, I think if for the view, it's probably good in there. I can bring it down if you want, but I have multiple videos of this. Let me just make sure if we have a short or no in here. and we have a dead short. So yeah, this is the most common issue and the most actually repairable as well, because it is definitely a major problem. But at the same time, computer has protections in place, even though, I mean, it's burnt. I mean, you have a lot of damaged components, and also a main pad is actually broken because of a major short, right? This is a very strong, very big diode, and also other resistors and even MOSFETs in place in there that protect or do the voltage protection through the computer, so you don't burn your microprocessor. But at the same time, is the most forgiving because it protects the rest of the computer. So let me repair that, and I have all parts in stock, so this is just going to be very quickly, and we can come back and make sure that we can actually read the computer, because it's always that one that, even though it looks nice and clean, you do the repairs and it's dead. So hopefully it's not the case, and I'll be right back, okay? All right, guys, I finished the repairs. I actually contacted Brad, and he's very happy. The computer is actually fixed. We'll see. Well, now let's test it, right? So, well, it's not really much to see in the module. You can see the module is still connected here. The part number on this one, I forgot to tell you, well, it says ESN 572-89389. The part number of the ACM is actually on the other side, and I want to show that because it has all his contact information and everything in there. As you see, I'm now using the Phoenix Max. The reason is my Snap-on died, so let's connect this one. All right, so I got the battery connected. Let me turn the ignition on. We got 5-volt reference. That is really good already. So let me get into the top down window here. Yeah, you guys are seeing that. So again, this is not going to do an auto scan. I do a manual selection. Go to American vehicles, and then Dutch, which is slowing in there. So I'm going to select it manually here. Notice sometimes if I do it on the screen, it takes a while to go back and forth, you know. But if I do the selection myself, it updates a lot quicker. All right, so 16-pin connector, Dodge, and this is a 2005 Ram truck. That's just a warning if you're using a Sprinter to use something else. PCM, enter. And here is when we're going to be able to read the bin if we get correctly a working computer. For what it's doing right now, I can actually believe that we're establishing communication. All right, perfect. We read the bin now. And the last digits of the bin is G723439. Let me get into his folder, which I have the picture of that, so we can all see that. 2005. And let me put that 1 second in the screen as well for you guys to see it. Yeah, so now we can compare that bin number on the bottom. Again, the last digit, G723439, G723439. Like that, Brad can see that this is indeed his computer. All right, so that's all I need to really do there. I think it's more personal for you guys to see this view, right? All right, so I'm going to just do a quick selection. Well, let me get the scanner in my lap. We already have the bin. Let's see the module information. This is going to tell us what this is, and it's a CM848. Calibration is 6.0, and that all depends on the year, right? So 2003, 2004 might have a 19 or 21, but it's because it's the last software. This is starting 2005, 4.5, 5. It gets into 5, 6, 7, and so on. But yeah, so everything is in here correct. And then the only thing I really want to do is to make sure that we can read data. So let's go to data stream. We're going to select the engine battery voltage. We can see the battery temperature voltage as well, because it shows us in there. Well, when yes, okay, finally did the update in there that we have 5 volts, which we already saw there. But now let's check the let me put this into a graph. The battery voltage, I'm going to change just a volt up, and then a volt down, another volt down, It's going to take a little to refresh, but I have already in mind. That is already finished. You can see the line in there. And TeamViewer is still not. And I think it's actually internet speed. Even though I have a super fast internet, something is not really updating quickly with TeamViewer. And this is not the first time I see this. So hopefully you can see what the line is already going all the way here, because right now I'm studying 13.38 volts. So let's see how long it's going to take to update. If it does. Yeah, finally did. All right, so we got that. So you can see that there is nothing wrong with the computer. There is actually indeed just the TeamViewer connection. But Brad, so this is the computer is 100% done. I'm just going to seal it back and then send this back as soon as possible to you, because today's Saturday, so it's probably going to be until Monday morning. But everything is good to go. You already paid for shipping and everything, so it's going to be with insurance, as I normally do for all the packages, to make sure that it's protected in case something happened. Knock on wood, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. If you're here and you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. That really helps my small business a lot. Every time you subscribe, YouTube promotes more and more of my videos. I know I'm a small channel, and sometimes this is not too, I don't know, like entertaining compared to others, but realistically it's very, very necessary. It's not many companies in the United States or in the world that does what I do. So with your help, we can be seeing more. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.